Hi, my name's Ben, and I'm going to make a digital video of the bone broth recipe that I've come up with. And it's also a thanks and a giving back. I want to thank my sister for helping me get past my carnivore plateau. I told her about carnivore and she made great success and I made great success, but I hit a plateau and I couldn't figure it out, and I learned about salt and snake juice and it was helping a bit, but there was something missing and I kept seeing my sister's progress and I was just baffled, and I put the two and two together and it was fat. It was fat. I wasn't adding enough fat. And so by using the snake juice and the fat idea from my sister, I created this Uncle Ben's bone broth, which is a combination of the two, and it's been the foundation of my strength, which has given me this clarity that I've never achieved before, never thought was possible. And the result is I can clearly see that the whole world goes around based on charity. None of us came into this world on our own accord. We were carried in a cradle that we didn't build. So by having this revelation, there's kind of a burden to give back. So this is going to be a somewhat, informal voiceover of pictures and videos of the bone broth process. And yeah, so let me know what you think and enjoy. Thanks, Emily. Okay, in an 8-quart instant pot, add 3 to 4 shanks, 3 to 4 soup bones with 2.5 tablespoons of salt and 1 tablespoon of potassium, no salt, and cook it at high pressure for 4 hours. Let it cool overnight, and then the following day, bring it back to warm in the Instant Pot, or you can put it on the stovetop. The amount of water you use will vary, but it's usually 2.5 liters, but just a hair shy of that 2/3 max line that you see on the side there. That's where you want the water to be. I have 7 18-ounce glass rubber sealed bottles that I got off Amazon. This is a recipe for 6, but I always get a 7th out just in case I make too much. So you want that solid fat on the top to turn somewhat translucent. You could stir it around with a spoon. Now you can take your Instant Pot, put it in your sink. Next to your sink, I want you to get 2 grocery bags, and I want you to roll over the sides. If you don't roll over the sides, you're going to get fat everywhere. And it also adds structure. So you put the bones in the grocery bags, and you put the meat in a glass Tupperware right next to it, and it's super fast. And I want you to use your bare hands because it ensures that the temperature is just ideal for the emulsion of the fat with the watery broth. It's also quick. You don't need a strainer, you don't need tongs, you don't need this, you don't need that. It's quick, and that's a huge benefit. And you get to really feel the consistency between bone marrow, the collagen of the different connective tissue. But it's really amazing how much we get from raw muscle. However, this extended heating of bone and marrow creates this magical sustenance. Now, once you get all the bones in the bag, now you can pull out your meat. You just kind of strain it through your hands, and you don't want to squeeze it too hard because the marrow will pop out, but you plop your hands in the bag with the bones and you let the drippings kind of drip on the fat, and then you plop the meat right into the Tupperware. It's so fast, it's so lickety-split. And here's the final, well, almost the final result. You get your meat, your bones, and your broth. The problem with broth is the fat that goes to the top. A lot of people pour off or they don't use. It's just a pain in the rear. That is until the emulsion blender came into my life and helped me create Uncle Ben's bone broth, where I emulsified the fat with the broth and it became one liquid unit and has become the foundation of my strength. Any emulsion blender will do. This, I have no idea where it came from or what it is or the brand name, but I use the higher speed, but you have to keep it low. If you keep it high, it makes a cool sound and it starts to froth and it looks gourmet. However, you'll create one of those fat cakes on the top and it'll separate too much. So keep the emulsion blender low in the Instant Pot, almost all the way to the bottom. Now time for the pour. Get a big funnel. You have to use a funnel. Get a big funnel. Line up your 7 bottles and start in the middle because the consistency will change. Fill the middle bottle up halfway and then work your way out, and you can fill the outer bottles up all the way to the top. Then work your way back in to that middle bottle, and the consistencies across the bottles will remain about the same. And the cherry on top for this process is you have a wonderful roast beef dinner at the end as a reward for your efforts. A few last tips. Buy a bottle brush. Don't try and clean it with anything else except for a bottle brush. And don't freeze it because guess what? You're going to drink it. You're not going to save it for Armageddon. You're going to drink it. I usually just grab one from the fridge in the morning and let it kind of thaw throughout the day. It will be jelly when it's cold, but when it comes to room temperature, it's like milk. It's crazy. Enjoy.
Many people ask me,